health problems in chronic illness, care of the older person. So, in this lecture, we are going to discuss basically what is the impact to health among older persons, especially those with chronic illness. Okay, so let's introduce chronic illness first. This is defined as condition that persists for an extended period. Okay, these are prevalent among older adults, and these conditions often lead to a decline in the quality of life. It also leads to increased morbidity and mortality. It is very important for us, nurses and other caregivers, to understand itong mga common health problems associated with chronic illness because it is very crucial for us to be able to provide effective care to individuals. Okay? Let us just again run through about the common health problems in chronic illness. Okay, again, unang-una na dyan yung cardiovascular. Under cardiovascular disease, we have the coronary artery, di ba? Blockage in the heart's artery, which can lead to heart attack. Another is the heart failure or the heart's inability to pump blood effectively. Then another one is the stroke, which occurs when the blood supply to the brain is interrupted. Ano pa ang another common prevalent chronic illness? We have diabetes. Yung type 2 diabetes, which is a metabolic disorder characterized by high blood sugar levels. Ang problema kasi sa diabetes is the complication, which can lead to nerve damage, which will eventually lead to kidney disease and eye problems. Okay, another chronic illness is the COPD or the chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is a group of lung diseases that cause airway or airflow obstruction. Ano ba yung mga symptoms nito para mas madali nating ma-identify? Common sa kanila yung may cough, shortness of breath, and mucus production. Okay? In terms of sa neurological naman, prevalent na chronic illness among older people is yung dementia, which is a progressive cognitive decline, affecting memory, thinking, at saka yung behavior. Another one is yung Alzheimer's, di ba? Alzheimer's disease, which is one of the most common cause of dementia. Common din sa kanila, sa matatanda, yung meron depression. Okay? This is very common among older adults with chronic illnesses kasi they feel bad about their condition na parang sa kanila they feel helpless. So, nagkakos yun ng depression. Osteoporosis is also prevalent among older adults. This is a disease characterized by low bone density, leading to increased risk of fractures. Okay? Another prevalent chronic illness among older adults is the incontinence, which is the inability to control bladder or bowel movement. Okay? So, ano ba yung nagiging impact nitong chronic illness among older adults? Okay? Unang-unang impact nito, of course, it will definitely reduce quality of life kasi itong chronic illnesses can impact daily activities, di ba? Yung social interactions nila and eventually yung overall well-being nila. It also contribute to increased mortality kasi yung individuals with multiple chronic conditions, they become higher risk of premature death. Another impact nito, financial burden. Napakamahal magkasakit, di ba? So, itong mga managing chronic illness can be very expensive, leading to financial exhaustion or financial strain. Another impact ng chronic illness is the social isolation kasi yung people with chronic illnesses may limit social participation which will eventually lead to feelings of loneliness. Okay. Now, how do we provide effective care for older adults with chronic illnesses? Napaka-importante nito sa kanila kasi alam nyo, when people grow older, hindi na tayo more on yung providing them with material happiness or yung bringing them to different places, but we focus more on providing effective care para ma-improve yung kanilang quality of life or at least man lang that they will be able to sustain the performance of activities of daily living. Okay? So how do we provide effective care for older adults with chronic illness? Una na dyan, di ba? We have talked about comprehensive assessment, which is the regular health assessment we do to older patients to monitor disease progression and identify potential complications. Kasi if we are effective in conducting our comprehensive assessment, we can detect immediately if there will be problems in the future or existing problems that may eventually affect the quality of life of the older persons. Okay? And there is the self-management education. We empower older adults with knowledge and skills so that they can manage their conditions effectively. Okay. Another effective way is the management of medication or medication management. So we ensure proper medication use and adherence to treatment plans. Kasi tatandaan ninyo that if medications are not taken appropriately, the purpose of the medication or the result that we wanted to achieve will be perhaps diminished or will not be achieved because of wrong medication administration. So yung effective management of medication is very important. Yung adherence nila to treatment plans is very important so that we will be able to achieve our objectives. Okay? So another one is the supportive services. Okay? We provide assistance with activities of daily living. Kasama na dito yung transportation and social support. Okay? Caregiver support by offering resources and training dun sa mga caregivers or yung other members of the family or significant others so that they can effectively manage yung challenges in caring for an older adult with chronic illnesses. Okay? Alam nyo itong chronic illnesses can cause significant challenges for older adults at saka sa atin din yung caregivers. So, kung maiintindihan natin yung mga common health problems associated with these conditions, we can provide appropriate care. And then eventually, we can improve the quality of life for older individuals and promote aging with dignity. Okay. Now, what can be some of the preventive measures that we can do so that we can help our older clients? Okay. Itong preventive measures, napaka-importante din ito. It plays a very crucial role so that we can mitigate the impact of chronic illnesses. Particularly, syempre, dito sa client natin who are the older adults. Okay. May mga strategies tayong pwedeng gamitin. Una, yung healthy lifestyle, promotion of healthy lifestyle. We can encourage regular physical activity within their boundaries, within their limits. Okay, a balanced diet and adequate sleep. So, we can also encourage them for regular check-ups kasi itong mga routine medical screening can help identify and address potential health problems early on para hindi na siya lumala. Okay? Vaccination also. Dapat they have to stay up to date on vaccinations to prevent infectious diseases. Kaya nga sa mga senior citizen natin dito, talagang well-monitored sa kanila in terms of providing them yung flu vaccine at saka yung pneumonia. Kasama na rin yung COVID, pero sa kanila talaga, during the time of COVID-19, talagang sila, well-monitored sila and given flu and pneumonia vaccine. Okay? And then, another strategy is the risk factor management. Okay? So, if we manage the risk factors, such as, example lang dito, yung high blood pressure, yung mga high cholesterol, at saka yung smoking, we can immediately plan actions that would mitigate again yung further complications if we will be able to manage yung mga risk factors among older adults. Okay. Now, may impact ang chronic illness sa mga older adults. We can implement strategies, we can provide support. However, because of aging also, death is inevitable already. So, if our strategies can no longer work effectively in the care of older adults, then eventually we will have to lead to palliative care. Ang focus naman ng palliative care is already on improving the quality of life for individuals who have serious illnesses, including yung mga chronic conditions. Ang aim nito is to address physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. Okay. Ang mga key aspects of palliative care, unang-una na is the pain management. Yung effective pain management strategies to alleviate discomfort of the older adult will play a very significant role in the promotion of quality of life to them. Another one is symptom control. So we manage other symptoms such as yung mga nausea, shortness of breath, fatigue, for again, promotion of quality of life and maintaining the dignity while they are still living. Providing emotional support. So we provide counseling and support for patient and their families also, hindi lang doon sa pasyente. Napaka-importante ng emotional support natin to encourage them to still continue yung kanilang mga objectives in providing care to the older client until the end of life. Kasi ang palliative care is care until the end of life. Okay? And then lastly is the spiritual care. So we address spiritual and existential concerns. When we say existential concerns, ito yung concerns nila to exist. We know that eventually it will lead to death. However, if we talk about palliative care among older adults, ang main goal natin dyan is to provide dignity until the end of life. And as much as possible, quality of life, comfort also. Okay?